Yeah. So, hi everyone. For those of you who came to event, you may realise that Carl had some problems joining us. So, I'm really pleased that we can meet just after the event and have this chat and have a bit of a question and answer session about your experiences during year one as you're looking forward now to year two, if you can believe it. Before the recording started, we were just saying to ourselves that a year ago we could never expected that we would be meeting in this way with everything that's happened over the last couple of months, but we are still here and we're still moving forward, so that's a positive. So I don't know if you just want to introduce yourself, Kyle, talk a bit about your course, and obviously you've got your union role now as well this year.
Yeah, so Diolch yn fawr iawn, Becca, thank you very much indeed, and hello, Prananda Yauni Haigi, so a very good afternoon to you all, and it was so nice to hear the Pablo and Rebecca, Kelly, Kay and Shannon, Hannah, and so members of staff from the USW as well as members of the SU. It's been very good, and I just wanted to say hello to all of you who is on the call and maybe listen to this now from all over the world. It was very good to hear from you guys. So my name's Kyle Jamie Eldridge. I'm on the course of BA Hons Business and Management Year 2, City of Newport campus. And then my union role is I'm SVR for the business school, one of two, and I'm the City of Newport campus officer, so that's in the students union. So these two roles grant me the SVR business role grants me speaking with people much more higher up about the business school and other things about the university, and the City of Newport campus role gives me a opportunity to represent Newport on the student council, and these are all run by the SU in Trevor Forest.
Marvellous. So yeah, just looking back then over the last year, sort of putting aside the obvious difficulties that the lockdown brought. So what supports have you accessed over the last year, and how did it work for you?
So the support I've accessed last year, I mean, for one thing, it's varied. Well, I've support before lockdown and during lockdown. I've received support from the counselling, so that's well-being and counselling. So that's with something like appointments with mental health problems or require a bit of counselling, and then my specialist mentor, so person who's allocated to me. We have a appointment speaking about what's happening on my course and how am I feeling and all that. So that's in regards to my course in general. I've my specialist study skills tutors, and then that's basically more practical. That deals with my work with my courses, and then there's and then finally there is study skills in general. That's a basic framework with university. So so long story short, really, it's specialist for people with disabilities. That's like a specialist mentor and a specialist study skills tutor. But you also have the more general side of students, like the study skills and the counselling and wellbeing service. So it's I think it's fitted into categories where you get specialist support with disability students, and then you get one with people who are not classed as a disability. And because there's so much, I think I have. I think that's the only 4, but I think I've accessed all of them in my first year already.
That's a good point, actually. I don't think we've made that point, but obviously we do have the specialist study skills that you, as you mentioned, that you're allocated to and you work with the same person. But I don't think we've actually mentioned that the general study skills service. That's a good point to make. Where on campus we have a team of people, and irrespective of if you are having the specialist support, you can access the more general support on anything really, from referencing to structure, etc. So yeah, that's a good point to make, that I'd forgotten to mention that. And obviously some of this was funded by the Disabled Students Allowance, and did you get equipment from that also? Has that worked well for you?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it helped very well. And did I apply for DSA and I received my equipment? Well, getting on to that subject, it was actually a quite lengthy process, really, because you have to apply to the university for it, and then you have to go for a third party to get yourself assessed with that equipment, and then once you get assessed, that goes to an organisation. I think it's Berry Bennett, and they send you your equipment, your laptop, and everything via a courier. And then, so when you think of it in so many fashions, there's basically 4 companies involved. There's the assessors, there's the educational providers, there's the delivery company, and also but with the university as well. But I think the main thing to have from that is, if you still remain close to the university in regards to applying for it, they'll tell you what to do. Do that. Is basically keep organised with it, because it could be quite a confusing process.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the end, once you get your equipment, and then you're all set to go for your learning and all that. So
I mean, that's why I have a job, because it's a confusing process. So that's why I get employed, to literally help people through it. Because, as you said, you do end up working with, with the university, with external needs assessments, with student finance, with various couriers, etc. So yeah, it can at times feel like a confusing process, especially if it's the first time you're going through it. So yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why that we're here. So I mean, aside from the sort of specialist support that you accessed when you were on campus, how did you find just access and learning and teaching in general? How was that experience for you?
Well, one thing that people have to take in mind is even when you are applying for your course, student union, and your DSA equipment. So everything's run by AZO, so Advice Zone Online. Also, as well, the Students Union website. So Students Union based, like SVR roles and all that. They're run by the website.
Great. What's SVR? Is Student Voice, is it?
Student Voice Representatives. Yeah. Once you go on like Student Council or Student Voice Representative, course rep, and everything, the Students Union website has it all. So that's who you met earlier, Shannon and Kay, as well as Lois, and whoever's going to be voted in the next by-election as well. So yeah, and then AZO, it's very varied, really. It's like they have all the resources on there. So if you have any problems, I would suggest just speaking about bringing up people in the university or on the Advice Zone. They will definitely help you out with that. And in regards to lectures, though, access and lectures and seminars, you've got those 2 points of contact. But with your course, you go on a thing called you go on a thing called Blackboard, and when you go in lectures and seminars, you've got your timetables, you've got your course, etc. on Blackboard. So in regards to that, so once you get Blackboard, you could just assess assessments, guidelines, learning materials, etc. So it's all on Blackboard with and it's very, very straightforward. So it's not like FE College where you print off notes and you just send them in hand to your tutor. You have to submit it professionally and all that, and it's very, very straightforward. But also as well, funny enough, I mean the tutors never let you go. You also get issued an Office 365 email account as well, because once your course leader or tutor wants to put an announcement in Blackboard, it syncs itself to your email. So if you basically haven't checked Blackboard or you haven't got time, you can just go on your Office 365, listen to, click on the announcement, and also AZO and the Students' Union are synced to your email. So it's basically you're dealing with your emails interconnected with all of them. So it's very, very straightforward, and it's very, very easy as well. But I think it's something that requires you've got to keep on top of your emails, because when I think in my box, I think I've got like 220 in my box out of my first year. Ooh. I'm not sure, but it's something that you have. I mean, you get a lot of traffic, but you've just got to really decide which ones are important and not on the day, really, because and you can't take your mind off the ball. So it's something that I mean, there's look on your emails. There's always opportunities with your course, like USW careers, as well as because there's always opportunities that your course leaders post as well as your course as well. So I mean, once you join university, it's not just about going on the course. It's just like there's many other tutors that just highlight opportunities. It's just when you go on the digital side of lectures and webinars, it's not you're actually embracing the universe, not just the planet, really.
Yeah, no, that's good advice. So thinking about advice, casting our mind back 12 months, what advice would you give to yourself starting now, and in the same way, what advice would you give to the people who we're talking to now, who will be starting now in the next couple of weeks?
Well, I mean, I remember when I first joined, it was really kind of rushed, really, because it was FE College and had a busy summer, and then when you joined USW, it's just like having an open mind is really important for university. That is so important because, I mean, so when you go to university, guys, it's just many people have the mindset of when you meet many people in university, they have a mindset of they want to work with you, they want to be your friend and all that. That's great, because they're really assuming it's like you speak to friends all over the world. However, it's just but you are going, it's up to you, really. But when you go to university, if you don't adopt a mindset, an all-encompassing mindset and all that, it's just like you could miss opportunities. But when you think of it, it's just like you have that all-encompassing mindset. You'd be willing to work with people and all that. You just and you can go. I mean, you don't know. You could meet someone in the campus that you could enjoy a close working partnership with for many years, and I mean, it's just a fertile ground, and it's up to you to really plant the seed, really, guys. And so yeah, it's just things like that. So
I like that. That's a nice analogy.
I mean, what would I do? It's just like people say to me, Kai, you do spread yourself a bit too thin. but it's just like, I mean, you gotta. It's like once you're at university, and you just gotta remain committed, because if you are involved in all these things, you have to remain committed, because if you remain committed, you can build a rapport with people, and if you remain committed on even the most smallest things, you can get the most maximum out of your opportunities, even with your conversations with your tutors. Because if you just go into campus and say, well, I'm going to do this day 9 till 9, I'm going to go in there for an hour and then just go home, and then you don't know, you could be wasting a wonderful opportunity. It's like, let's just say if I go into my campus and I speak to a member of the advice zone, which I have done in my first year, I may build a rapport with them, and I remember when there was an example where the Green Party had their national conference in Newport, and a media company actually came in and they wanted students to interview, because I wasn't there at the time. I think I was somewhere else at the time, and the ladies on the advice zone said, if you was on campus, Kyle, we would have I think we would have directed them to you. I don't think they're in Newport then, and it's just like, if you build your rapport with, it's like, even with a member of staff, it's just like they could just forward you on the opportunities. Just like with Rebecca on here, I remember when I first had little correspondence with Rebecca before on UCAS, when I was doing my options, and then when I first met her a week before my course, and I spoke to Rebecca on a number of things about getting started, and then as I remember when I told her what I do, and things started, because I remember when I came up with the opportunity of doing work experience in the Houses of Parliament in Westminster. And I remember when I told her about it, she gave me a pat on the back, really. And it's something like, if these tutors, if you really say things like this to them, they really want you to grow, and etc. And they want to showcase that to make others grow, really. And it was just by chance when in lockdown, when Rebecca just gave me an email and said, Kyle, would you like my help? I need your help. And I thought, well, no problem. And it's just like, I think it's a decision, really, so that you can unleash your colours as the USW trademark goes, or it's just like, you have the opportunity of just doing university and just not be it, and just getting through the year. I mean, so I would say focus on your education, but you enjoy it, and then it's just like, if you really enjoy it, you can go so far, as well as just getting through it, and that it's just like, these are the most important years of your life. And throughout the first year, I mean, I just in lockdown, and I've been on calls with friends from all over the world, and as well as at home, I've been on Zoom calls with the Welsh Government politicians, as well as other universities. I remember when Cardiff University approached me saying, would you like to work on our summer schools, Kyle, as well as USW, and it's not something that is being advertised. Well, it has been advertised. It's not something that advertises. It's just like, if you get into these circles, if you have the right mindset, you have the right work ethics, etc., it's just like, you can carry yourself a long way. And I think that matters most, really.
Yeah.
Just delving on a quote, really, about what Albert Einstein said. He said, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Because it's like going to a 9-to-5 job. I mean, are you there just in it for the money? Are you there just in it for what you can get out of it? I mean, I think the question is really, what can you give to what can you throw into the common pool to make yourself and everyone grow? I think that's what matters most. Because when results came this year, and I thought, when people have gone to university, I thought, what a fantastic thing. I'm so proud of everyone around the world with getting their grades. Not because they can go in the industries that they can get something for themselves, really. But I thought they can go into their chosen degrees, they can go in industry, and basically they can help their expertise in their fields, whether it be photography, whether it be business, etc. They can help the world grow. They can bring diversity and energy into the world, really. And that's the thing. It's just like education. It's just, once you really go on, it could just change your life. And with people all over the world, really, it's just when you think of it, education drives the world forward. And in university, I think university students are the pioneers, really. And I think I think the world's at your feet, really. But it's just like you've got to choose to run across the field, really.
I feel inspired to go and study now, Kyle, let alone the people who are just about to start. That's brilliant. In fact, I remember when we first met, Kyle, and you said right at the end, you said, "Oh, by the way, Rebecca, if you go onto iPlay, you'll see you see there's a program I'm featured in. There's an interview with me about my experiences." And I was like, "What?" And then that night I sat down, and there was indeed a program on iPlay featuring you, talking through your experiences. And yeah, so you're an extraordinary person then, and you are now. So thank you so much for that and for sharing that with us. I'm sure everyone will find it really invaluable moving forward over the next week or two. And yeah, if you're about Newport, hopefully when we are all back on campus, you will see Mr. Aldridge here and give him a wave. Thank you, Carl. Speak to you soon.
Bye.